Well, the best way to maximise profit is to recognise that actually people are your most important asset. It's the kind of constant theme of what I'm talking about. And ultimately, the very frequently, my research suggests that people who are managing these businesses actually are only managing a small part of it. You know, we were doing research when we developed the thing I'm going to talk about this evening, the impact of training on business performance. And one of the things we looked at was, are these businesses actually able to capture the data that, say, a company like McDonald's could do? And even McDonald's had got some gaps in what they knew, but even setting that aside, they were much richer in data, and they were in a much better position to answer questions and to manage the business because they'd got more information available to them. When we moved on to widen the research out to a wider set of business, restaurant, hotel, you know, that wide pubs, that kind of stuff, very, very frequently, they've got no idea. So, for example, you know, quite a few companies, when we did the research on labour turnover in the pub sector, about half of the companies we contacted, which are all major retailers, you know, with managed pubs, half of them couldn't say what the level of labour turnover was in their company. Frightening, right? You then say, all right, let's look in detail at these. On average, on 30 large firms, the average labour turnover was 180%. Average. When you looked within some businesses, you got individual pubs with 7 or 8 or even 1,000% labour turnover. You know, you're talking about 10 replacements for every job in a year. And certainly the CI, the Chartered Institute of Personnel and Development, they estimate that to replace a routine member of staff, we're talking about this grade of person, to be £1,000. Now, you start throwing that money around, and there is, well, we averaged on one particular company that we looked at in a bit more detail, we reckoned that they could pay every job holder another £3,000 a year, and they would still be in pocket, you know, because of the amount of waste. Part of the problem, going back to your original question, is that these companies just do not capture the array of information that helps them to make decisions. They capture sales, they capture broad cost, you know, what did the beer cost us or the food cost us, what margin did we make, what labour does it cost, what rent are we paying, and, you know, a few other things like that. But actually, very little understanding of what it really costs to run the business in terms of what does an average customer cost us to attract? You know, what are the labour productivity of our staff? Could we improve that? You know, could we serve more customers? If we're serving more customers, are we serving happy customers? We don't know. You know, so all of this really begs the question of whether decisions are being made by people who are actually understanding the array of issues that their business is about, and then making appropriate decisions. And my view, based on lots of research, not just the odd thing here or there, is that these people aren't in a position to manage these businesses effectively.